Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Gears and Glitter. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video to the new 2020 Corvette, and I have hidden myself, I have sheltered myself this past week from seeing anything having to do with it. I did see it come up like a couple times on my newsfeed, but I'm like trying to get past it, so hopefully I'll be surprised, excited, disgusted, whatever my reaction is today. I heard very light rumors about it, like that the back of it is what people are upset about. I have heard that I've mainly seen just like statuses about it where it looks like it's just like you know, no pictures, but people are saying like, oh, I like it, I'd buy it, and then other people I guess are like, ugh, oof, big fat oof about it. So we'll find out. I'm gonna go ahead and get logged into my computer and gonna pull up a video or something, like a walk around, stuff like that, and I guess we gonna find out today what's wrong or what's right with it. I don't know, so let's go. Bruh, 2020. First out of 3. Let's see. Oh. What have they done? Look what they've done. Ooh, this is a good one. Edmonds or shipping, dude. How long is this video? 5 minutes? Why not? I'm watching this video, 2020 Chevrolet Corvette C8 reveal, mid-engine Corvette.
Just watched the
and this is on the Edmonds
Chevrolet Corvette Stingray
YouTube channel.
The base price is going to be less than $60,000. That's incredible. This is the 8th generation Corvette, and of course now it's mid-engine. There is a 6.2 liter V8 right about here. Now, that's a big deal for a lot of reasons. Well, one, it's the first time that a Corvette's gone mid-engine. Two, it brings a ton of performance benefits, and it makes a pretty radical change to what Corvette is. Really quick, that engine is still a pushrod V8. That means it's low, it's sacrificing a little bit of valve train sophistication for sitting low in the car itself. It's attached to an 8-speed dual clutch automatic transmission, the only transmission offering, and of course it drives the rear wheels. Now, it makes 495 horsepower with the performance exhaust and all that with launch control and with the performance options like the Z51 track package that was on the C7 and so on, enables 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, which is pretty spectacular. Now, one of the things that happens when you switch to a mid-engine configuration is you, of course, all that space that was once cargo volume is now engine volume, I guess, but there's still a trunk behind it, which Chevy
the Corvette has always had like a very deep trunk,
which
so it's
is
not
pretty
really
impressive. It shows Chevy's commitment to understanding the practicality aspect of the Corvette.
Hey, he's still a grocery getter.
Appreciate that. It makes this car more usable for more people. On top of that, there's also a front trunk or frunk up front.
It looks like a Lotus, though. That's why I'm like a little bit freaked out.
Cubic feet of cargo space, which is pretty important. Let's go a little bit further up. One of the things they maintained was the removable roof, which has always been a highlight of Corvettes. It's nice to be able to take the roof off and just go for a cruise. There are a couple other big dramatic changes to the rest of the car as well. Gone are the transverse leaf spring setup that used to underpin Corvette for, you know, a long time. Now we're just down to coilovers, which is more traditional and should make for really sophisticated ride and handling, especially when paired with the magnetic fluid-filled shocks that Corvettes have been using in recent years, and those we've really liked a lot. Chevy says in the press materials that
So, for the first 2 minutes, it looks very European, and I feel like for people like myself that I love how a Corvette looks, but I'm more of like Japanese or like European, like foreign cars. I'm not like a domestic lover. That's just how it is. I think that they're trying to appeal to that type of group that's being missed, because most people, they love the Corvette, but then there's also people that are like, oh no, I want exotic, or I want European look. That's probably what they're trying to appeal to. So if that's what you hate, get the year before this. Like, just, but to be honest, they're trying to hit all markets, so it's like if you don't like this one, then they'll probably be like, oh, well, I'll just get last year's. So I mean, if you're like a die-hard Corvette person, then that's probably what they're gonna do. So I think it's kind of a smart move on their part. It's different. It really throws a wrench into things. And I mean, mid-engine, I'm sure that there's a certain group of people that really enjoy that, and does allow for more trunk space. So if you're someone who complained about the Corvette not having enough trunk space, but you would get the Corvette, I mean, I guess, because you get the front and then in the back. And business in the front, party in the back, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I don't see a whole lot wrong with it. It's weird. It's not as controversial as the Supra was. By the way, if you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. But, I mean, it's not that bad. That makes it sound bad. But it's really not that bad. I will say, however, it does look a lot like a Lotus, like a foreign exotic, and I think that's probably what's gonna really mess with people's heads that are really die-hard Corvette lovers. So
can generate 1G laterally. That's ridiculous for all-season tires, and that's such a high amount of grip capability that actually all Corvettes now will have a dry sump oiling system to ensure constant lubrication to important engine bits when you're cornering really hard. A lot of really exciting stuff now. Let's move our way to the front. One of the real advantages beyond, you know, all the performance headroom of having the engine in the middle, because it's putting more mass on the rear tires, giving them more traction.
I think the side view freaks me out. The front is nice. I love the headlights.
Forward in the cabin.
But it freaks me out.
That means you can put the hood down lower because there's no longer an engine there. You can make the windshield bigger, that gives you a better sight line. And because there's no longer an engine blocking it, you can have a shorter and more direct steering system, which makes the whole thing feel more direct. And it also helps when you're closer to the front wheels too. It makes the process feel a little bit better. Let's find a way to hop inside and talk about what's going on in there.
Yeah, my favorite part.
The interior is a pretty dramatic change, like the rest of the car, I guess. 2 seats, of course, squared
black and red, let me tell you.
Which looks interesting, but in my experience, cars that use this design work pretty
Ooh,
well.
look at that dash.
Because you have 4 unique points of contact that help when doing hand-over-hand steering around tight corners, or when you're in a power slide, as I like to do, it helps you locate where the center of the wheel is really quickly. Big digital gauge cluster behind that. Infotainment display here, all very driver oriented, how it wraps around you, especially this little trim piece of HVAC controls. Very interesting decision. It's going to be a while before we actually figure out if we like it or not, but I will say I like it.
So what I said earlier about trying to appeal to European car lovers and like foreign car lovers, they did that. It definitely worked. Y'all so smart.
I like having physical buttons rather than digital ones buried in a menu. One of the things we haven't talked about is something that's really impressive. That's a button hidden up here that lifts the front end of the car when you're approaching like a speed bump or your driveway. And the cool thing is when you do that, you can actually have the GPS system remember where that was. So when you get home, you don't have to always hit that button, or if there's always a speed bump or a pothole on your drive home, the car will just learn that as you use it. And that's a really cool thing to have in
us racers are just so in for this right now.
Sports cars who leave your driveway in the morning. Very, very embarrassing. There's a lot here that we're gonna have to learn and experience and talk about, but for the time being, this Corvette looks really cool and we can't wait to drive it.
Oh, that was it. All right, that was it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. I love the C8 Corvette. I don't know how y'all feel. Tell me your gripes and concerns below, or if you love it, definitely tell me why. I mean, it's still, in my eyes, it's still a Corvette, but it's like a nice happy medium between the things that I think other people probably loved, because it just personally wasn't my favorite. Things other people love from the previous models, and mixed with like things that people love from European model and exotics. So I mean, I think that's great. I love everything about it. That's on my hit list, to be honest. And I just got done saying today, like, I can't find a coupe that I really like, and this is actually, I really like this one. This is gonna be on the hit list for sure of cars that I would own. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to, again, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time.